Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. We were discussing the chapter of Babu Idraki al-Faridati, the chapter of getting the Faraz namaz. And there's two scenarios here that we're looking at basically. The one scenario is this, that you came into the masjid, you're not aware what time the Faraz namaz was, or maybe you thought the Faraz namaz is finished already, or you thought the Faraz namaz will be very much later, and then you decided to start your own Faraz namaz. We done the first one here. We done the first one.
Soon,
You
tomorrow
came into
we can see Salim in the afternoon, huh? Say by 3 o'clock. It's okay.
you came into the masjid and you did not know what time was Zohr, and then you started reading your own Zohr namaz. So we said, this is what we said, that you can read, finish your second rakat and join, right? You may get into nafal namaz, right? And if you read the third rakat and you didn't make the farazes yet, you can break, abandon the third rakat, the two will become nafal, and then you can join your faraz namaz, right? And we also said then you can either break your namaz as you're standing there, or you can just make salam, or you can make salam, whatever come out there. So ويتخير إن شاء عاد فقعد, you can sit وسلم إن شاء كبر قائما ينوي الدخول في صلاة الإمام, you make intention of going to the فرض namaz. إذا أتمها يدخل مع القوم, when he finishes into the people, والذي يصلي معهم نافلة. This is the next ibadah. وإذا أتمها. So if you had read your 4 rakats, complete your Zohr namaz. So finish, and after you finish your 4 rakats Zohr namaz, you see you're standing up to read the Farz namaz. That's why وَإِذَا أَتَمَّ يَدْخُلُ مَعَ الْقَوْمِ, he can read with the people. Right? وَالَّذِي يُصَلِّي مَعَهُمْ نَافِلَةً, and what he is going to read with them now, that will be a nafal namaz, right? Because his Farz is finished already. He done his 4 rakats. لأن الفرض لا يتكرر في وقت واحد, because you can't read 2 Farz namaz, right? So I'll just go again. Let's just look at these 3 scenarios. You started your Faraz namaz. You didn't know what time Faraz was. You read 1 rakat. We'll say, add another rakat and make that into 2 nafil, and then join the Imam for the Faraz namaz. You read 3 rakat. You started the third rakat. If you never make the sunnat as yet, then you can just make salam as you are standing, or go down into tashahhud, make salam, and finish the 2 rakats off, and then join the Imam and make the Faraz namaz, right? But if you if you've made 3 rakats already, then make a 4th rakat, and that will be your Faraz namaz, and then you can join the Imam for Nafal namaz, right? So I was telling you that this here referred to a person came to a masjid. It could refer to a man, or it could refer to a woman, even if a man is maybe, a lady is maybe in the Haramain Sharifain, or even she's by the Mustalla of a house, whatever, same masla will apply. Right, read the next masla. Okay, read it again, read it right.
والذي يصلي معه لأن الفرض لا يتكرر في وقت واحد فإن صلى من الفجر أضاف إليه الأخرى جماعة.
Yeah. Okay, so that what we're saying there. So إذا أتم that you read now, which explain وإذا أتم, if you completed now the 4 rakats, يدخل مع القوم, he can join the rest of the people in the first namaz. والذي يصلي معهم نافلة, and this what is reading now will be the nafil namaz, because his first namaz is finished. لأن الفرض لا يتكرر في وقت واحد. You cannot repeat your farz, right? The next one, see this one. فإن صلى من الفجر ركعة, same scenario. You came into the masjid, or even you were by your house, whatever, you decided to, even for a lady, she maybe was reading a Faraz namaz, right? So in Salah min al-Fajr rakata, she read 1 rakat, right? Thumma uqimat, there, and a man, say, hey, there, now remember, this is you reading your Faraz namaz. You are reading your Faraz namaz. If it was a Nafil namaz, the masla is slightly different, right? Thumma uqimat, you thought you came to the haram, you came to the masjid, you started reading your Faraz namaz. And after you finish 1 rakat complete, what you done? Right? You said, فَإِنْ صَلَّى مِنَ الْفَجْرِ رَكْعَةً. Rakat means you made complete, you made a sajda. ثُمَّ أُقِيمَت. There you see the iqamat is being called out, and they're starting the farz namaz, right? يَقْطَعُ. They say, yeah, you must cut off your farz namaz. Cut it off. وَيَدْخُلُ مَعَهُمْ, and join them. Why you must cut off? Because if you're gonna complete another rakat, that means your faraz is done. And if your faraz is done, you can't read another faraz, right? That's one. And also, you can't join them and make it nafal, because remember, after Asr and after Fajr is no nafal. We've done this in detail. Those that were with us from the beginning, makruhat, we done, those with us now for a few months. Remember, I brought the Mishkat Sharif and I showed you all the, what is the makruh times, what is the haram times. We done all of it in detail. So after Fajr and after Asr, there's no nafal namaz. The whole time is supposed to be used for the Asr. The whole time is supposed to use. So that's what I'm saying. Rather break it off. Why break it off? Because if you finish it, you can't repeat your faraz. And if we say, okay, you're not repeating your faraz, breaking nafal, there's no nafal after Maghrib, after Fajr. So you just abandon that one rakat there and let it abandon it and let it go to then you go and you read your faraz. Why? لأنه لو أضاف إليها أخرى, if he joins the second rakat, right, تفوته الجماعة, that means that two rakats will become his faraz namaz and he'll have lost the virtue of jamaat, right? Carry on.
وكذلك قام إلى الثانية قبل أن يقيدها.
Yeah, saying the same must all apply. If he stood up to the second rakat, you already stood up to the second rakat, right? وكذا إذا قام قبل أن يقيد, and you never make your sajda as yet. That means from the time you stood up for the second rakat, maybe you were for the duration where you are standing, or even if you made ruku, or even if you came out of ruku and you were in qawma, you see there, they're starting Jamaat Namaz, still you say, break it and go and join the Jamaat for the same reasoning. Why? Because if we say complete it, that means you done your farz. If you done your farz, right, that means you lost you done your farz without Jamaat, you lost the what's your Jamaat, and also you can't make nafil, and you lost out the nafil, and you lost out the farz, right? So break it there, you break it, inshallah, you join the farz Jamaat, then you'll get the reward of reading in Jamaat, right?
بعد الإمام في صلاة الإمام كراهية النفل بعد.
Yeah. So they're saying where you have already read, you've already made the sajda of the second rakat. It means your second rakat is done already. You can't break it now. Or you completed the second rakat then. وَبَعْدَ الْإِتْمَامِ لَا يَشْرَعُ فِي صَلَاةِ الْإِمَامِ. We'll say you mustn't join the imam. Why? Because your farz is done. Right? And also, you can't make nafil, right? So لا يشرع في صيام لكراهية النفل بعد, because makruh to make nafil after. Carry on.
بما قلنا وكذا بعد المنزل في ظاهر.
Yeah. So same thing here. We say that if you already joined the third, or rather, if you finish your Maghrib namaz, like you came to the masjid and you thought that the Maghrib namaz is finished, and then you read your own Maghrib namaz and you finished it, then we'll say no, you mustn't join the imam to make a nafil. Because why? We say there's no 3 rakats nafil. Nafil in the Hanafi madhab is either 2 rakats or it is 4 rakats. So there's no nafil there, right? So you say you've made your Maghrib namaz finish, you've done the 3rd rakat already. So now no nafil for you there. لأن التنفل بالثلاث مكروه, because to read nafil for 3 rakats makruh in the Hanafi madhab, right? Next one. Right. So if somebody says, okay, there's no 3 rakats nafil in the Hanafi madhab, let him read the 3 rakats behind the imam, and after the imam makes 3 rakats, then you stand up and you make a 4th rakat. We say, no, this is not correct. You cannot. When you make intention behind the imam, you must read exactly what salah he's reading. You must read exactly the salah he's reading. If you can't, he made intention for 3 rakats, you can't make 4 rakats. This just came to my mind here. Remember, I told you this masla here. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Remember, I told you when we discussed witr, we said in the Haramain Sharif saying they make 2 rakats and they make 1 rakat. Remember, I told you some ulama said what you must do is you make intention of 3 rakats. So when the imam makes salam like that day, you don't make salam. You just wait. And when he makes intention for 1 rakat, you join him with the 1 rakat. Remember, I told you that. And even that time I told you, this doesn't make sense. There you got, there's your answer to show it doesn't make sense. What does it show you? That shows you here clearly that your intention must be congruent with the intention of the Imam. The Imam can't be making one intention and you're making another intention. So same thing here. See, I told you sometimes the masla is not so relevant, but you learn an important usul. You learn an important usul. So look at the scenario here. If somebody say, okay, there's no 3 rakats left in the Hanafi madhab, so read behind the Imam. When the Imam makes salam, you stand up and read the 4 rakats, you made 4 rakats. So we said, no, we learn from, you can't. When the Imam has made an intention for a particular number, you can't contradict him. If he's made intention for 3, you can't go and make 4. You can't go and make 4. So same thing, you say, see, if the Imam has made intention reading 2 witr and 1 witr, you can't contradict him saying that I'm making 3 witr behind him, I'm making 2 witr. There you got your answer. That shows you that those ulama, they say, no, you just make intention of 3, and when you make salam, don't make salam, and you say, I make 3, is blown out of the water with this text here. It's blown out of the water with this text. I told you, sometimes the masla is not that relevant, but you're always learning usul, and if you are sharp, you'll be able to apply it. So if somebody tell you why this is not acceptable, that you can make, you go to the haram, you make 2 rakats and you make intention for it, you make intention for 3, and you don't make salam. You say the Hanafi madhab is quite clear that you cannot be the mukhalafat of the Imam. Right? Carry on.
So the masala of
No, that's we done in detail. Al-Muftarid khalf al-Mutanafil. If you come into the masjid and you miss your Isha namaz, right? You have to read your Isha namaz first. Why? We explained that you did detail. That remember we said the time of Taraweeh is after the Isha namaz. Remember? It could be before the witr or after witr, but it's better to make it before the witr. So that's the first thing. So you have to read your Isha namaz first. Now, why you cannot in the Hanafi madhab you cannot make intention of Isha behind the Imam, because I told you. Remember the train, the engine is the strongest. It pulls all the carriages. The carriages don't pull the train, right? So the Imam is the engine. The Imam is the engine. So the Imam is pulling your salah. You don't make qiraat. The Imam make qiraat. So man kana la imamun fa qiraatul imam qiraatun lahu. If you make a mistake, you leave out a wajib in your salat. You don't have to make such as so. Because the Imam is the stronger one. His weakness compensates for your weakness. His weakness compensates for you. So the Imam is the stronger one. So if he's reading a weaker namaz, you're just reading a stronger namaz, you can't. So you'll have to read your Tarawih namaz separate, right? The next masla is quite interesting here. Like, you know what happens sometimes? You have a program in a masjid, maybe there's some alim that came here, but you're the Imam of another masjid. You are the, for example, you may be the Imam here by Awatif, they made you Imam, right? But there was a program here by Masjid Taqwa. So you went to listen to the program there, and the talker, he delayed so much that the azhar has been called out. Is it correct for you to leave the masjid? Let's see what they say.
الرحمن الرحيم ومن دخل مسجدا قد أذن فيه يكره له أن يخرج حتى يصلي بقوله عليه
Yeah. So see, وَمَنْ دَخَلَ مَسْجِدًا, you enter the masjid, or you are in the masjid, قَدْ أُذِنَ فِيهِ, the adhan has been called out already, right? يَقْرَهُ لَهُ أَن يَخْرُجَ. It is not correct for you to leave there and say, no, I'm going home now, I'm tired, I want to go sleep, whatever. يُقْرَهُ أَن يَخْرُجَ حَتَّى يُصَلِّ, until he reads his salah there. Why? لقوله عليه السلام, because the statement of Islam, لا يخرج من المسجد. Nobody leaves the masjid. Right? لا مسجد بعد النداء, after the adhan has been called out, إلا منافق, except that person who is an open hypocrite, means he don't have iman in his heart, but is acting like a Muslim. أو رجل, oh yes, رجل يخرج لحاجة, you got a need, maybe you need to go to the bathroom, or you got something else pressing need, right? You read ruju and you got intention to come back. So yes, because remember, the azan is a call, and it's wajib for you to answer the azan. That means once you verbally answer, you say Allahu Akbar, you say Allahu Akbar, say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, but that's the verbal answer. But the physical answer is when he calls to the masjid, you go to the masjid, right? So here in the Hasha, the Shara, in the commentary, there's an interesting masala that I never see before, but I saw it here also. They say here, interesting masala. I'll explain it to you what they say here. If you are in a particular place and the azan is called out, whatever, but the place where you normally read your salah, they haven't read salah. Right. So this is interesting masala. It says here, if you in a masjid and azan has been called out, but the place where you normally read salah, like you, for example, you went to Masjid Taqwa, but you normally read here by Awatif, and you know they never read as yet here, right? And because you know the times, it's permissible for you to leave and come there to your own masjid. Interesting masala I came across the first time. He says, and why? What's the reason for this? There's a masala. There's another discussion of masala that speaks about which masjid is most virtuous to read your salah in. Obviously, we know first is the Haram, Masjid, in the Makkah to Mukarramah, then is Medina, then is Masjid al-Aqsa, and then after that Masjid al-Aqsa, your Jami Masjid of your area. So the interesting, they say after the Jami Masjid, the most virtuous masjid is in a masjid in your own locality. It is a masjid in your own locality. So here they say, if you are in a masjid after the azan has been called out, it is permissible, and you know in your locality they didn't read the salah yet. It's permissible for you to leave and to go to your locality. Why? Because it's more virtuous for you to read salah in your own masjid in the other masjid. So you went to Masjid Taqwa because there's a program, there was a sheikh there. So it is more virtuous for you to read. Although if you read there, it's nothing wrong, but it's more virtuous for you to read your own masjid. So there's a valid excuse to leave that masjid and go to your own masjid. Interesting masjid. I never knew this Muslim. First time I saw it. That you can leave, no problem. If your own area, they never read salah, you're gonna go read salah in your own masjid.
You put your salah. Your cell number in the pin. You did that.
And here they say, is quoting from the commentary, say, as far as possible, a person should read namaz in their own locality. To keep the masjid in your own locality abad, it is more reward for you. Subhanallah. Interesting masla. Right? So yeah, it's not mentioned in the actual kitab, but it says, so he said, وَمَنْ دَخَلَ مَسْجِدًا, whoever enters a masjid, قَدْ أُذِنَ فِيهِ, that the azhar is called on it, يُكْرَهُ. So this, يُكْرَهُ لَا يَخْرُجَ حَتَّى يُصَلِّيَ. This is where, so here from this you understand here, if you're going to your own masjid to read salah, it's not makruh. Or if you're going out for some type of need, you're going to go to the bathroom, you're going to make wudu, you're going to come back. Or maybe there's some other pressing need, like, you need to go home, something. But this is just where you want to leave the masjid for laziness, etc., etc. Right? يكره لا يخرج حتى يصلي عليه السلام ويخرج من المسجد بعد النداء إلا منافق أو رجل يخرج لحاجة, or you come out fast, يريد رجوع, you come back, right? So, and there are interesting masala that is not in the kitab. If you are leaving to go to your own mahalla to read there, it's also even better, right? Carry on.
إلا إذا كان ممن يلتزم به أمر الجماعة.
إذا كان ينتسب به. This is not the exclusion. If, except you such a person, that the matter of the Jamaat ينتسب به, it depends upon him. Like I told you, you have to go open the other masjid. You the muazzin, you the caretaker. When we were small, they used to call him the bangi sap. You are the bangi sap. You have to go to open the other masjid. If you don't go open the masjid, you have to call out the azan. If you don't go there to open the masjid, other people won't come. So then it's fine. And obviously people will see you, they say, oh no, that is the muazzin of the other masjid is going today. So illa idha kana yantazimu bi amru jamaatin, the matter of jamaat, yantazimu is rendered by him. Right? Carry on.
لأنه ترك شبهة وتحميل معنى.
So what I'm saying is, look here, after the azan is called out in the masjid, when you leave, outwardly it seems like you're turning away from the jamaat. It seems suratan. But in reality, are you going away from the Jamaat? You are not going. You are going to establish a Jamaat. You're saying, outwardly you leave in the Jamaat, but actually, takmilun, you are going to complete your own Jamaat. Ma'nan means in reality, in essence, right?
وكان قد صلى وكانت الظهر والعشاء فلا بأس بأن يخرج لأنه داعيا لله.
Yeah, so this is the next masala we're discussing. Remember, we said this masala here. If you started reading your own namaz and they start the other namaz, if you haven't read namaz, we told you where you must break it, how you must break it, and you join there. But that we done that, right? But this is a different surah. You read the namaz completely. It's like, for example, in Malaba, in Masjid al-Fuqara, or maybe Awatif, you read namaz at 1 o'clock. And here by Masjid Chakwa, the namaz is 1:30. So you came there, right? And so you came there, and the namaz was not been done. وَإِنْ كَانَ قَدْ صَلَّى وَكَانَ الظُّهْرُ وَالْإِشَاءُ. So you got a choice. You got a choice of joining him and making nafal, because remember, after Isha you can make nafal. After Zohar you can make nafal. We told you after Asr you can't make nafal. After Maghrib you can't make nafal. So you can join them and make a nafal. But if you don't want to do that and you leave, there's no problem also, right? So وكانت الظهر والعشاء فلا بأس بأن يخرج. Why? لأنه أجاب داعي الله مرة. You already answered. See, azan is a call. When you say حي على الصلاة, you are calling the person to the masjid. What are you doing? You're calling the person, and you've already answered the call because you read masjid, you read your salah where you are. So it's not necessary to answer the call for a second time. It's not faraz for you to stay there and read your namaz again, because obviously there's no two faraz namaz, and neither is necessary for you to read nafil namaz again because you've already answered the call. So he's saying, you understood that? لأنه أجاب داعي الله مرة, because he's answered the call at one time. إلا إذا أخذ المؤذن في الإقامة. Yes, if you are there in a masjid and you read your salah already in another masjid, and yeah, the muazzin is giving the iqamat, قد قامت الصلاة وقد قام الصلاة, then you say now it's not appropriate to leave. لأنه يتهم لمخالفة الجماعة إيانا, because when somebody sees, oh, what type of a person is this here? Imagine the salah is starting, they're calling out the iqamah, and this person is walking out of the masjid, so it doesn't look nice. It doesn't look nice. Just another masala come to my mind also. They say if you are in the front of a masjid, for example, and your wudu break, and then you're going to walk out to make your wudu, the ulama say what you must do is you must hold your nose like this. Why you must hold your nose? Because people will think, hey, look at this man, he's right in front, and he's not reading namaz, he's running away. But when you hold your nose, you're trying to tell him, look here, when you have a nosebleed, remember according to Hanafi madhab, that means your wudu broke. You say, look here, I'm not leaving because I'm lazy, I'm not leaving because I don't want to read behind the scene. To also show disrespect. Remember, I told you the masla. Actually, I was doing our bars this morning. That if you, we said that, this will come also in the summer. If you came to the masjid, the sunnahs of Fajr is the most emphasized, right? So if you certain that you will get the imam before he makes salam, you must read your sunnahs. You must read your sunnahs. But you must not read it in the masjid. You must read out of the masjid. You must read it out of the masjid. You must read it out of the masjid. Why you must read the masjid? Because as though the imam reading salat jamaat, you reading your sunnah. There's the imam reading salat. This man is not respecting jamaat. He's own namaz. So if the masjid is such that the whole place is a masjid, there's no outside like foyer, then you go in one corner and another masjid just extending on this here. I tell you that if you miss jamaat already, you came there and the jamaat is over already. Now another person came late, you want to make jamaat. So now you mustn't reach jamaat in the masjid. You must make jamaat out of the masjid. Or if the whole place has been declared a masjid, then make it one corner. Why? Don't show mukhalafat to the jamaat. Don't show disrespect to the jamaat, right? Okay, there's a new masla. We'll stop there. We'll continue tomorrow, inshallah.